warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Suhaira binti Kamaruddin. This is Fatini Afika binti Fuad, Nurhazira binti Abdul Razak, Narsafura binti Muhammad Noor. So today we would like to present the menu for colon disease patient. So let's start. Now we will move to introduction. So this is some terms that we will use in this presentation. The first term is halal. So what is halal? Halal is the foods that are permissible for Muslim consumption. The second term is haram. Haram is the foods that are not permitted for Muslim consumption. Haram can also defined by any actions that are forbidden by Allah in the Quran or by the Prophet. For the halal hazard point, it is a point or process of collecting or evaluating information on hazards and conditions leading to their presence to decide which are significant for food safety and therefore should be addressed in the hazard plan. For the halal control point, it is a point, type or procedure in halal food manufacturing at which control can be applied, and as a result, halal food cross-contamination hazard can be prevented or eliminated. The last term is halal critical point. So what is halal critical point? It is the identified points within the operations, preparations, processing of halal meat or food that otherwise might lead to religiously unacceptable situation.
As we know that patients with colon disease have to consume foods that are soft and easy to digest, so this is the example for the menu that the private hospitals serve, which is chicken porridge, beverages like Milo, yogurt for the dessert, and lastly, papaya as the side dish. The first menu is chicken porridge. Do you guys know how to make chicken porridge? We use chicken stock to make porridge more tasty. There are 7 steps in making chicken stock. Firstly, when we receive chicken from supplier, the chicken is cut and washed cleanly and placed into a pot. Then, an amount of cold water is added into the pot together with other celery, carrot and onion. Lastly, the stock will be simmered slowly for about 8 hours. There are 3 HCP and 5 CP in this food procedure.
For HCP1, the chicken is received from the supplier that already slaughtered according to Sharia law. The chicken is slaughtered by a mature Muslim of sound mind trained in slaughtering method for the type and size of animal to be slaughtered. He also verbally invoked the name of Allah while slaying the chicken. For HCP2, the source of cold water that used is already have halal certificate. For HCP3, the vegetable used such as celery, carrot and onion that were received from the supplier are safe, not harmful for consumption, not poisonous, and not hazardous for health. The fertilizer that were used is from organic sources. And there are 5 CP in this food procedure. For the CP1, the chicken that will arrive from the supplier is within the acceptable temperature range, which is below 40 degrees Fahrenheit. For CP2, the cutting board and knife that are used is safe and clean. Knife that are used to cut other ingredients cannot be reused for chicken to avoid cross-contamination in food handling. For CP3, the sources of water used is clean, not not intoxicating, not hazardous, and poisonous to health. For CP4, the pot that used is clean from any dust and not affected with rust. And lastly, for CP5, the simmering temperature are in between 85 degrees Celsius to 96 degrees Celsius or just below the boiling point. During this simmer process, we use slow simmering technique, which is low heat with very little activity in the pot. The process required careful monitoring. So, I will move now to critical limit and corrective action. There are 3 recipes in this food procedure. For recipe 1, the chicken must free from contamination. If any cross-contamination with non-halal meat occur during transportation, the chicken will be not used in food production and maybe will be thrown or returned to the supplier. As the temperature of the chicken, check the temperature using the thermometer. If the temperature is within the acceptable range, it will be proceed manual. If it is not, the chicken will be thrown away. In recipe 2, the source of water must be halal. If the sources of the water does not have halal certificate, the corrective action is by choosing the water source that have halal certificate that is confirmed safe and not harmful. In recipe 3, vegetables should be free from contamination. If the vegetables are contaminated with harmful chemical fertilizer, the vegetable must be thrown out from fruit production and choose another vegetable that is free from chemical fertilizer, or use another organic fertilizer that does not cause harm for our health.
There are 8 steps in making the porridge. Firstly, the rice that we receive from the supplier is washed and placed into the pot. After that, the stock is added and let the rice to cook. Then the chicken, vegetables and seasoning are added. After the porridge is done, it will be served to the patients. There are 5 HCP and 4 CP.
So, for HCP1, the rice is already have halal certificate. For HCP2, we use the chicken stock that we made ourselves before. So, we already applied the practice that is halal during the process of making the chicken stock. For example, we already confirmed that the chicken is slaughtered according to Islamic law. For the third HCP, the chicken that is received from the supplier is already slaughtered according to Sharia law. The chicken is slaughtered by a mature Muslim of a sound mind, trained in the slaughtering method of the type and size of the animal to be slaughtered. He also verbally invoked the names of Allah while slaying the chicken. For the HCP4, the vegetable used were received from the supplier are safe and not harmful for the consumption, not poisonous and also hazardous to our health. The fertilizer that we use is from the organic source. The compositions of the seasoning blend is also from the halal certificate. For the last HCP, the plate that we use to serve the porridge is safe and does not have cross-contamination with any other non-halal ingredients that are decreed as najis according to the Sharia law. There are 4 CP in this procedure. The first CP is the rice is clean and free from rice rebuilds. The rice is also stored in the cool and dry area. For the second CP, the source of the water used must be clean, not intoxicating, hazardous and poisonous to the health. The third CP is the pot that we use is clean from any dust and not affected with rust. The last CP is during the process of cooking, the rice is cooked in the low temperature until the rice is fully cooked and frequently stirring. Now we will move to the critical limit and also the corrective action. For HCP1, the rice must be halal. If the rice is from the unknown brand or shubha, we should change the rice we should change it to the rice that already have halal certificate or change to the brand that is confirmed to be halal according to Sharia law. To the second HCP, chicken itself must be halal. If the chicken used for the chicken stock is not slaughtered according to the Islamic law, the chicken will not be used for food production and another source of halal chicken is recommended. For the HCP3, the chicken must be free from any contamination. If the chicken used for the chicken stock is not slaughtered according to the Islamic law, the chicken will not be used for food production and another source of halal chicken is recommended. For the HCP3, the chicken must be free from any contamination. If the chicken used become direct contact with non-halal ingredient, the chicken is thrown away. And for the HCP4, vegetable must be safe and not harmful. If the vegetable used were received from the supplier are unsafe or harmful for consumption, the vegetable have to be rejected. And for the last HCP, the plate that we use must be clean. If the plate is contaminated with non-halal ingredient, the plate will be cleaned using mutlaq or pure water. After that, the plate must be sanitized thoroughly before served to the patient. So that's all.
The next menu is Milo. In making Milo, it involves only 5 steps, which is add the Milo, add condensed milk, and add hot water. After that, stirring then serving to the patients. Overall, there are 4 HCP and only 1 CP in this flow of process.
For the HCP1, Milo already has halal certificate. For the HCP2, condensed milk already has halal certificate. HCP3, hot water is used from clean source and safe for human consumption. Next, for the HCP4, the glass used to serve the drink should be safe and does not have cross-contamination with any non-halal food or ingredient that is liquid as najis, according to the Sharia law. For the CP1, the spoon used in stirring process is clean and free from rust. For the critical limit and corrective action, for HCP1, the Milo must be halal and free from any contamination. If no halal logo or it have any contamination occur, the Milo must be rejected. In HCP2, the condensed milk used should have halal certificate from Jakim. If there is any contamination that causes condensed milk become non-halal, it must be rejected and we need to find another supplier that is trusted and have halal certificate. Next, for the HCP3, the hot water must have halal certificate. If the source of the hot water used does not have halal certificate, the corrective action is by choosing the water source that have halal certificate which is confirmed to be clean and not harmful. For the HCP4, the glass must be clean and if the glass is contaminated with the non-halal ingredients, the glass should be cleansed using the mutlaq or pure water. After the glass is cleansed, it must be sanitized thoroughly before serving to the patients.
The next menu is yogurt. It only involves two steps. Firstly, get the yogurt from supplier, then serve it to the patient. There are only two HCP in this process.
HCP1, for the HCP1, the yogurt already have halal certificate. For the HCP2, the glass used to serve the yogurt should be safe and does not have cross-contamination with any non-halal or ingredients that are declared as najis according to the Sharia law. For the critical limit and the corrective action for the HCP1, the yogurt must have halal certificate and free from contamination during processing or transportation. If not, it should be rejected and replaced by the halal yogurt. For the HCP2, the plate must free from contamination. If the plate is contaminated with non-halal ingredients, the plate should be cleaned using mutlaq or pure water. After the plate is cleaned, it must be sanitized thoroughly before placing the yogurt and serving it to the patients.
The last menu is papaya. There are few steps in serving the papaya. The first step is the papaya is received from the supplier, and then we peel the skin, cutting, washing, wrapping, and lastly we serve to the patient. There are 3 HCP and 3 CP in serving the papaya.
The first HCP is the papaya used were received from the supplier are safe and not harmful for the consumption, not poisonous and not hazardous for health. The fertilizer that were used is from organic sources. The next HCP is wrapping. The wrapping packaging used to wrap the papaya is clean, and the wrapper material is from halal ingredient and does not contain any najis according to Sharia law. The third HCP is the plate that used to serve the papaya should be safe and does not have cross-contamination with any non-halal food or ingredients that are declared as najis according to Sharia law. For the CP1, the knife that used to peel skin of papaya must be clean and free from any rust. The knife that are used to peel the papaya must not the one that previously used to cut any other ingredient or raw material such as chicken to avoid any contamination in food handling. For the CP2, the cutting board and knife that were used is safe and clean. Knife that are used to cut the other ingredients is not reused for cutting the papaya to avoid any cross-contamination in food handling. The last CP is CP3. The sources of water used is clean, not intoxicating, hazardous and poisonous to health. The critical limit and corrective action in HCP1, the papaya should be safe for consumption and free from any cross-contamination. If not, the corrective action that can be taken is by separating the papaya into contaminated and non-contaminated group. After that, the contaminated one should be thrown. Next, in HCP2, the wrapping material must be halal in nature, not be made from any raw material that declared as najis by Sharia law, and not contain raw material that are considered hazardous to human health. If the material used has any of the conditions stated above, we must change the wrapping to the halal one. For the last HCP, plate must be clean. If the plate is considered with non-halal ingredients, the plate should be cleaned using mutlaq or pure water. After that, the plate is clean. It must be sanitized thoroughly before placing the papaya and serving to the patient. In conclusion, we as Muslims must be aware about halal and haram, not just in food but also in our cosmetic, clothes and our daily care product. So that's all from us. Thank you.